Okay, welcome to the part 2 of lab 554. So just to recap, in part 1 of our lab, we configured the switch, right, for some security measure. So we created one password, which is what we call the line console password, and we also configured what we call the line VTY password here. So this too is to protect the switch from any unauthorized access. So in our next part here, let's take a look at our lab sheet. This is what we configured right here. So the next one is we are going to do some ping test from switch to router and from host to switch. Then you're going to write the answers here, and then we are going to do the telnet from the VTY, right, and we're going to write the result here. So let's take a look at the packet tracer. So I'm going to ping from switch to router. This is how we are going to do. This is a shortcut, remember. If you want to go into the long way, you have to click on the PC, right? Then you hit enter. You see it's being protected again. So password is 1234 if you still remember. Then right, so we can use the ping the router, which is 192.168.1.1, and it is successful. So in your lab sheet, this should be successful. And in right, we're going to try the host to switch, which is the PC to the switch. So we are going to get this PC. The IP address is 192.168.1.20, and we are going to ping the switch. Right, the IP address is 192.168.1.10. So let's try. From the PC, I'm going to ping 192.168.1.10, and it is successful. Right, you can see the reply from the switch, which is .10. So you can record your answers here. And next thing, we are going to enter the VTY password. Right, so how to test the VTY password? Go back to the switch. Remember, we come in from this switch. Now I'm going to do an exit. So I'm now exited from the switch. So in order to go back to the switch from this PC, go all the way to the switch, I do a telnet, right, followed by the IP address 192.168.1.10. Now the switch is asking for a telnet, which is what we call the VTY password. So we're going to supply it as 5678. This is done in the part 1 of the lab. And there you go. We are now able to access the switch. So the lab sheet, you should enter your answer here. Let's scroll down. How about showing the version of the switch? Do you know the switch iOS version? Simple. This is the command to use, right? So then you have to record your answer here. Let's take a look. So now I'm in the switch. For example, I just do a show version. This is the command. Hit enter, and you can see lots of things. Don't get too worried. Okay, you just need to zoom in on something called the iOS, and they will tell you what the model of the switch is, and they will tell you the version is this. So this is the switch version, right, the iOS version. So in your lab sheet, you can answer the question here. Let's move on. Okay, now we are going to test, right, the MAC address, whether the switch can see the MAC address of all the PC here. So in order to do that, so let me connect this switch, this PC to the switch, and then we also connect this one to the switch. Right, so please take note that this is Ethernet and this is console. So anything that needs Ethernet must have IP address. So this is .20. So I'm going to set this IP address on the PC here to 192.168.1.21. Right, leave this thing here. Right, then we are done. And the last one, I'm going to set this one, go to the desktop IP configuration and put 192.168.1.22. So there you are. Okay, next, just to check the MAC address on this PC. How to check the MAC address on this PC? You just go to the command prompt and you just do an IP config and then space /all. See, this is your MAC address. So later on, we are going to verify whether the switch received this MAC address or not. So take a look at the lab sheet. You are going to fill this in. So host 1, 2, and 3. Let's put this as host 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Host 1 is here. Host 2 is here. And host 3. Okay, so this is host 3. Then we're going to record the MAC address. So how do we see the MAC address on the switch? Scroll down. You should see something like this, right? They are dynamically learned from the ports. And these are the physical address. So the command to use is show MAC address table. This one. So let's go to the switch. Right? Whether you want to access from the PC, the console, or the shortcut, it's up to you. So now I'm going into the shortcut just to make it bigger. Just click enter. If you want to go down straight away, press the space bar. So go to your privilege mode. This is privilege mode. Then just use show MAC and then address. So you just do a tap and it will type for you, the tap button, right? Then you enter. So how many MAC address do I see now? I only see one, which is from port 1 of the switch. So where is port 1 of the switch? Okay, let's go and find out. Mouse over. This is port 2. See? Okay, let's make the switch here so that you can see. This is port 5. See? When I move the switch, you can see it's port 5. And when I move this, this is port 4. And when I move this, this is port 2. So we have port 2, port 4, and port 5. Are they appearing it in the switch? No, because the PC have not started to talk yet. So let's generate some traffic. I'm going to purposely use this. Okay, do an exit because you're still in the switch. Right, now I'm on the PC, host 1. Just do a ping to my next PC. 68.192.168.1.21. Okay, 21 reply to me. That means I am 20, I ping 21 and the reply is here. Now we can go to the switch. Do the same command again. Up arrow button. Enter. Now you can see how many MAC address. So I have port 4 and port 2. So port 2 is here and port 4 is here. So how do I get port 5 to be registered on the switch? Simple. Just use the same PC and ping the IP address of the third PC, which is 192.168.1.22. And there you go, 22 reply. So end up, right, you do another command, this command, then you just type and you can see port 5, port 4, port 2, all registered MAC address. So is this MAC address the same as the switch, same as the PC? Let's check it out. Port 2 ending with E510. So let me go to the switch PC here and do an IP config /all. Sorry, /all is yes E510. 1718002. So let's go to my switch. Yes, 1781002, correct. So now you should be able to record everything here. Then once you show, you should be able to answer this question. How many types of address are there? Dynamic. So if you go back to your switch, so these are dynamic. I have 4 here. So how many you have? You just record on your lab sheet based on your lab. Do the MAC address match the host MAC address? You're going to find out, right? Does the MAC address here match the PC? The answer is very clear. Okay, let's move on. Every time when you are doing portion by portion, you can pause my video. Okay, so let's configure the MAC address. Okay, MAC address of the switch. But this one we'll do it in part 3, right? Part 3 of our LAB554. So go and do your part 2 first. Thank you.